Hey y'all, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with a love reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just going to be a general love message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read. If you haven't already, I would like to encourage you to subscribe. Even if this reading doesn't resonate with you, if you like anything that I do, if you like the way that I read, go ahead and subscribe and join this community of sunflowers. To all of my returning sunflowers, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to read for you. Okay. I hope this resonates with you, and I hope that it brings you comfort, confirmation, or clarity, whatever it is that you're looking for at this time. Now, this reading is about the person who's on your mind and on your heart. And I just feel like you may be, even if you aren't physically separated from this person, I feel like there's an emotional disconnect that's happening between you and this person, and they're feeling it. Okay. They're feeling it because if I had to describe you from their perspective in one word, it would be cold. Okay. I don't know if you get that a lot. I don't know if you've heard that from other people in your past. I feel like you can be probably very, very severe when you are making a decision about whether you're going to move forward or not with somebody based on their behavior and kind of what they're bringing to the dynamic or bringing to the relationship. But I also see you maybe, this is how they feel. They feel like you are really intelligent, you are strong-willed, you are a little controlling, but very powerful in your own energy. Like if you want something, they feel like if you want something, you're going to get it or you're going to get it done. They believe that you're the kind of person who will generate success and prosperity on their own. You're not the kind of person who actually needs a partner, even if you might benefit from a synergistic partnership. They see you as somebody who is really resourceful and somebody who can basically get whatever they need regardless of their situation or their circumstances. And that is intimidating. That is intimidating. I think they feel very intimidated by you and how strong you are, how powerful you are, your abilities and your capabilities to manifest things, to create your life, right? I feel like they think that you take things very seriously when it comes to the romantic aspect of things, more so than taking like the emotional approach. You're very logical and practical when it comes to selecting somebody. This is how they feel, right? This is how they feel. Let me know in the comments if that's true or not, right? They feel like there was a miscommunication or something happened that they are regretful of. Okay, something happened that they wish they could take back. Something happened that was maybe triggered by some sort of insecurity. And once again, this idea of you being strong and powerful and successful and an independent feminine, that sort of thing, that energy intimidates them, and they might have said something or did something that, I don't know, maybe would have been seen as like insecure or envious or something like that. They might, it's the same energy of somebody calling you like big money or something. It's like somebody making an obvious comment about either the things that you have like gotten for yourself or the way that you live your life. They might call you bougie. They might like use terms like that when they're describing you. And in some ways, I think that you make this person feel a little bit small. But let's talk about it from this aspect. You're not making them feel small. You're not intimidating them. That's just how they feel. Something happened or words were exchanged, something that they feel regretful about, something that created some sort of confusion in your mind about who this person was or what role that you were going to allow them to play in your life. And instead of thinking about it too much, instead of dwelling on it too much, instead of staying in that confusion, you decided to separate yourself. Whether it was physically, emotionally, you could have blocked this person. You could have said, you know what, I don't need this and I don't need you. Goodbye. Right? The fact of the matter is that this person maybe didn't understand just how much you didn't need them. And I think that that's something that a lot of masculines don't understand in this day and age, is that a lot of feminines don't actually need you. We don't rely upon you to live a practically or materially successful life. I think it's more important to be chosen, right? I think it's more romantic to say, no, I don't need you. I pay my own bills. I have my own place. I have my own car. I don't need you for these things, right? I don't need you to provide for me. but I want you to be a part of my life. I want to share this side of myself with you. And I think that is so much more powerful than being needed, right? I think that's so much more powerful than being dependent upon somebody else. And a lot of masculines don't feel that way because a lot of masculines are kind of emasculated by the idea that their money, that their status, that their own power, that what they have created for their lives in terms of their own personal success is not necessarily something that's going to get you into the arms of the feminine that you want, right? It's not as simple as it was, right? There are some feminines out there who desire masculines with money and cars and houses and all that kind of stuff. But the days of those being the predominant feminine, or the days of those being what feminines value the most, are gone. Those days are gone because they understand that masculines can at times use those means to control, right? And I feel like they feel like that's how you show up, okay? Like as if you are the one who is using what you have as a means of controlling them or controlling the dynamic or controlling the relationship. It's easy to feel like somebody is controlling when they have strict boundaries. It's easy to feel like somebody is controlling when they are not going to tolerate your BS. Now, what this person is doing or whether or not their intentions are genuine, I'm not really sure because there aren't very many cups on the spread. The only cup that we have, and cups represent emotions, are the Seven of Cups. And this is an energy of not being sure which way to go. It's an energy of illusion and confusion as well. So for that to be the only cup on the spread, I just feel like maybe it's more so that they feel like they have something to prove to you, Virgo. They feel like they have something to prove as far as who they can be for you. Maybe their desire is to become successful enough for you to one day need them so that they don't feel like the power dynamic is so out of whack or something like that. It's interesting to me how when a feminine makes more money or has more material or personal success than a masculine does, the masculine is either like highly motivated to rise to the occasion, or they just choose to continue playing small. And I feel like this person, in a sense, is, instead of wanting to grow into that person, they want you to become softer. Okay. They want you to become more yielding. They want you to become somebody who isn't always going to do what's in their own best interest. They want you to be somebody who prioritizes their needs and everybody else's needs. They want you to be the kind of feminine who's going to soften and surrender and allow them to lead, even if they haven't necessarily done anything to earn that. Now, like I said, I don't know the personal ins and outs of this dynamic or this relationship. This person doesn't have to be broke. They don't have to be a bum. They don't have to be a homosexual, right? They could be successful in their own right. It's just that they're not at the level of the success that you would be. But my thing is, why even compare? Why not think to yourself, wow, like this person who's this successful, who can do this for themselves, who's independent and motivated and driven, they chose me, right? I don't understand why masculines aren't satisfied enough with the idea of being chosen. Like, I chose you. That means that you are worthy, right? That means that I see something in you. I see my ability to connect with you, or what your priorities are in romantic relationship as far as what you look for in a masculine is up to you. It's up to you, right? You get to decide if money is important to you. You get to decide if status is important to you. And oftentimes when feminines aren't concerned about whether or not their masculine makes money or is the breadwinner or is, the top provider in the household, some feminines don't care about that. But masculines seem to take that so personally, especially when they're in a masculine body as well and live in a patriarchal society. I mean, I won't go too deep into that, but that's just something to think about. It's almost like a threat to their masculinity in some way. But that's wounded masculinity. That's not real masculinity, because I think that the kind of masculine energy that you're looking for is not going to be intimidated. They're not going to feel like you're too much or too powerful or too smart or too successful. They're never going to feel like that. Either they're going to be motivated to rise to the occasion, either they're going to learn their role and play their part in your life, and that will be naturally suited to their personality, right? That'll be the person that they are. Or they're going to shrink back. And you're going to say, look, if you want to be small, you go over there. You go over there. And I feel like that's what has happened. That's what you have done. This person does have feelings for you. I won't sit here and say that, like they don't have feelings for you just because we only have one cup. But I just feel like you trigger them in a way that nobody else has ever triggered them. And I think that they're going to be waiting for you to return to them for a while. I think that they're going to be waiting for a while. And I think that they might be, if you gave them another chance, I think that they might be a little bit more willing to play by your rules. And the reason why I use that in quotes, because I think your rules are just basic human decency and respect and an appreciation for the things that you bring to the relationship, right? I don't think it's anything outlandish or crazy or out of control. I just think that this person feels a little bit small, right? And that's their own issue. That's the stuff that they have to work through. Although they are hoping that you will return to them, they are hoping that you will change. They're hoping that you will change, like that the distance or the space will eventually create some sort of change in your heart or your mind. Let's clarify the death card, which is Scorpio energy here. We also have the Chariot and the Empress. The Chariot is Cancer energy. The Empress is Taurus and Libra as well. The death card for Virgo, please. We have the Five of Swords, my way or the highway. Either you're in or you're out. That's what they want to come to an end. That's what they want to come to an end. And here's the thing. When you're truly compatible with somebody, I don't think that saying what you need from them is going to come across to them as an initiation of conflict. Okay, and what I mean by that is like, if you tell somebody, hey, I need you to communicate more. Okay, I'm really busy. So I make time to talk to you. I make time to text you, to call you, and those sort of things. So you should also do the same for me. And they see that as like, well, I don't have the time for this, and I can't be doing that. And, you just want everything your way and stuff like that. That could just insinuate, or that could just highlight that there is some sort of fundamental incompatibility there. As much as people might be attracted to one another, as much as people might feel like they are connected to one another, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are compatible as partners in life. You have to have a similar lifestyle and a similar vision for the future and a similar idea or understanding of how you're going to get there. Okay. I think that's what this person is lacking. They almost feel like it's an affront to their masculinity to be associated with a feminine who is so demanding or does require so much. But your standards wouldn't be so demanding if you were in relationship with somebody who already met them. Do you know what I'm saying? Your standards only seem excessively high to people who haven't met them. If your standard is, I want a man or a masculine with a car, a house, and a job, the masculine without the job or the car or the house is going to say your standards are unrealistic and they're way too high. It's because instead of rising to the occasion, once again, they're allowing themselves to kind of be surrendered in defeat, which is not your job or responsibility to change that. I want to clarify the Nine of Swords here for Virgo. This is the last one I'll do before I let you guys go, because I feel like y'all have y'all have an understanding of how this person is feeling by this point. Nine of Swords, we got the Queen of Pentacles. What did I say? What did I say? Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is an energy of scarcity, poverty, and lack. The Queen of Pentacles is known for being very practical, very caring, nurturing, very responsible and kind, but also somebody who does not play about the money. They don't play about the material things. They don't play about their status. They don't play about the things that they prioritize. Okay. They take things very seriously when it comes to creating wealth and maintaining that. Okay. And with that coming out as the Nine of Swords, once again, reiterates this idea that this person is just, I think they're too insecure for you. I'm gonna wrap it up. They're waiting for you to come back. Of course they are. They're waiting for you to come back because you're probably the most impressive feminine that they've ever come across. And they want another opportunity to show you that they can be on your program. I think it may be too late. I think it may be too late for you in the sense of, how to spot a man or a masculine who is too insecure for you. And I think once they cross that threshold into, normally just a normal amount of insecure and just too insecure for you or your program, once they cross that boundary, it's like, well, you kind of dug your own grave at this point. All right, Virgo, this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Comment below if this resonated with you or helped you in any way. And I will see you guys next time.